I'm trying to find positive in everything. So, although, to be honest, this
Yeah.
week, the news, I'm overwhelmed. Like, I'm usually not overwhelmed, but this is the
Yes.
speed of the things that are happening.
Yes. Yes.
And things that we are hearing.
Absolutely.
I am, I am, to be honest, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
No, and yeah. No, it's. I think what you're saying is what I've been hearing and feeling. And there's one thing to be positive and try to look at the positive side of things. I get that, but the reality
Yeah,
is there's a flip side to it, and there's a reality which we're experiencing now, which is extraordinary. It's off the charts. It's too much. It's so much to process and take in, and so we're at a point now where I think we're reaching a how when you have things, you have crescendo and then it
yeah,
calms down,
yeah,
crescendo and then it calms down. So I think we're at that, but that's what I was telling before you came on. I said earlier this week I was okay, things were moving nicely. By midweek, things fell apart. I mean, I just got, like I said, overwhelmed. I met a friend that I hadn't seen in years, and we had a great time, but my energy dipped really low, and I said, oh, that's not physical energy
yeah,
so much. I'd
yeah.
say mental, emotional energy dipped.
A
Yeah,
lot of planets in Pisces will do this to us. We
that's
need to
that's
rest
what I
more
thought.
and sleep more,
Yes.
especially us who practice some kind of divinatory work, that we are more in tune
Yes.
with the universe. So
Right.
that's so.
Yes, indeed.
But
Yeah.
for everybody, more rest, like a mental rest, not just physical, mental rest.
Mental
We ha-
rest. Yes.
we had Uranus square Jupiter yesterday, so that's overload of information, overload of data, overload of news, overload of what's happening. And usually I'm not very
Yeah.
political, but now that I see, it's like I feel that.
Okay, I lost you.
Oh, sorry.
So
Um,
say that. Start from. I'm not very political. Say that
yeah, yeah,
again.
I'm not very political, but I'm thinking what is happening now. It's like dictators of the world unite. That's how I feel.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
exactly my
Yeah.
feeling.
Absolutely. And you're not off. They are. They had plans. Of course, they had plans. And they are their energy. Their energy realizes, I mean, some of them may not actually consciously realize it, but they can sense that we're at a tipping point. So either we move forward as in a different, in a higher phase of higher energy, and they're trying to stop that. They can't stop it. I don't think they can stop it. They can make things difficult, but I think we will be moving into a new space and a new energy vibration.
Yeah, your connection is bad, but I'm gonna continue talking.
Okay. Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
uh, okay, so astrologically speaking, I was thinking, how can we astrologically explain some things, or make astrologically, from an astrological point of view, make some kind of sense out of it all, because I'm always looking for sense. First of all, Mars is retrograde, is going direct on Sunday.
23rd.
Yes.
Hmm.
So he's been retrograde since December 6th. He went in the shadow before. He's going to be in the shadow after. So there's like a 6 months, like a half a year period. And don't forget, Mars is out of bounds this whole
Right.
time.
Yes. I
And
forgot about that.
and he's gonna be out of bounds until April 6th. I was just looking this today because I found where I can see those things, because last time you asked me and now I know. So he's gonna be until April 7th. So
Wow.
so he's out of bounds all through eclipse season. So I think, and remember, and then the last opposition between Mars and Pluto is gonna be end of April for that uh, full moon or something. I don't know what is happening with DC right away. I don't want to tell people something wrong. So it's gonna be end of April. We're gonna have, yes, um, yeah, we're gonna have a new moon on the 27th of April with the final Mars Pluto opposition.
Hmm.
So I
Okay.
I feel that all these things that started during this Mars retrograde, this Mars out of bounds, this uncontrollable urge to fight, it's in Cancer. It's my homeland. This is, it's kind of patriotic, like
Hmm.
unhealthy patriotic, literally
Yes.
unhealthy patriotic, right? because it's out of
Your
balance.
microphone. Wait, you're hitting your microphone.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I overwhelmed. So like unhealthy patriotic, very, it's not under control of the sun, right? It's out of balance.
Mm-hmm.
So I
Mm-hmm.
feel astrologically that we might need to wait until May. And I told some of my clients as well, like, when is this going to be over? I said, guys, you just need to hang in there until May. And one of my clients sent me a message the other day. Is it May yet? I said, no.
Right. Yes. I
Unfortunately, it's
know.
not.
Yeah.
I think we just need to kind of, and I think we're gonna see some things. We're gonna see something is gonna happen. Like it's not
Yeah.
gonna this because this can't sustain. This is not normal.
No, it isn't. Can't. Yeah, like you said, it's not sustainable. You're
No,
absolutely right.
no.
Mm-mm.
This is like a vengeance. Like I feel like it's like some kind of
Mm-hmm.
vengeance war going on. Like what?
Yes.
Like are you
Yeah.
guys crazy? Like are we in I
Medieval
don't know, in the dark
times. Yeah.
age?
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yes.
dark
Yes.
age.
Mm-hmm. So there is a level of oppositional forces, we'd like to call it, active. You know what I mean? So there's the,
Yes. So
that's real. And, there's the light, and what's opposite of the light? I mean,
yes.
that's not everything's all light. There's different versions of
Yeah.
the light. So we're having that too right now, and
So guys, I know it's not easy, but for 2 more months we need to, I think that the new moon in April, end of April, will kind of give us some kind of revelation or whatever. Something will happen. I think that's my opinion. May will bring some kind of conclusion. We are not over yet. There's things happening during the year, but it's going to be
mhm.
then less intense. Like this is really intense now.
Yeah, we're building to something.
Yes,
So
right?
it's like we're building to something. You can feel it. Yeah, and so it's throwing our our nervous systems are being thrown off,
Yes.
because we can feel that energy is really coming down in such a intense fire hose, not like a like a garden hose. It's like a fire hose
Yes.
coming down on us. So
Yeah. So that's
yeah.
my Mars story I wanted to mention today. I think it's important to get a bigger picture understanding that we are in the midst of something. We can't also see clear or make clear decisions. It needs to be
Hmm.
over, and then retrospectively look what really happened, how it all played out,
Yeah.
and what is happening. So that's something that I just want to put out there as just hang in there until May. I know it's not the best thing, but there's good days, bad days, but in
It
general,
is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I feel.
Good.
Um, yeah,
I
so
agree.
that's I wanted to mention that. Also on Sunday we have Ceres also moving into Pisces, and this is all connected to the new moon that is going to be on the 27th, 28th, depending on where you live in the world. You're going to have Sun, Moon, Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, North Node, and Ceres all in Pisces.
Oh my goodness. No, what? Okay, that explains a lot. Okay.
So
That
imagine, and there is
explains a
like,
lot.
and Mars is still going to be is still in Cancer in the water sign. A lot of water,
A lot of water. A lot of
a
water.
lot of
Yes.
water.
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever experience and did you see the power of water when it's a flood, when there's a lot of rain and there is flood going and you can't hold the water. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
contain it. So that's kind of,
Mm-mm.
there's no there,
Mm-hmm.
there's no containment. Even this Saturn Pisces is not enough. I think
Right. Yeah. No, not
I
enough. No, not for that onslaught.
yes.
It's almost like a tsunami. It's like a
Yes.
tsunami of water
Yes.
coming in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's
With all of them.
like a hurricane.
Yes.
Like a hurricane
Like
and
a
water is
hurricane.
involved,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
we need to be aware of that. It's a lot of so we need to find a way to ground ourselves, but not completely. So what I was just talking to one of my Astro friends on YouTube this morning. She's a Piscean sun, and we were talking about how to go through this Piscean energy and some tips and tricks if you want to check it out on my YouTube channel. But what I was thinking while I was talking to her this morning, yes, we need to ground a little bit because we can be overwhelmed and overflown. But on the other side, this is a great opportunity because we don't have this concentration of Piscean energy a lot. Like
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
because,
it's not often this
right?
happens. Yeah.
And because
Mm-hmm.
many of them are shifting to Aries and then coming back to Pisces, there is some kind of opportunity or invitation to definitely stop, listen to our intuition, connect with higher. And we talked about it last week, but I want to
Yeah.
mention it again. Don't lose this opportunity to hear what your
Hmm.
inner voice is saying, what you need to do individually,
Absolutely. Yeah,
right?
your inner child, your higher self are talking, and they will. I think with all this water energy being active, it'll be even easier to access it and to hear
That's
it.
why. Also,
Hmm.
find somebody and get some kind of a reading, treatment, healing, hypnotherapy, Reiki, astrology reading, whatever you, I think, because everybody who is working with these divinatory energies are going to be more in tune. They can help you more than usual. That's number one. Second, you're going to be more receptive to hear and to use this energy wisely. This is the best time, even for us practitioners, time to kind of recharge, find time to clear the crystals. It's a new moon. Clean all the crystals you have. Make your space more sacral. I just want you
Hmm.
to kind of magic. This is a magical time. It's not time like, yes, we need to find a way to be grounded. Okay, I understand, but don't the opportunity to overground yourself and then don't use this energy. Anyway, that's just my opinion.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. But see, let's clarify what grounded means. Grounded doesn't mean being stuck.
Uh,
Grounded just means being in a space.
yeah, but grounded in this case means that we are going to wallow in the Virgo. That means that we are worrying too much, overthinking, that we are overanalyzing, that we are making too many to-do lists. I have to do this. We want control.
Oh, I see
So we can go.
what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
we might go
Okay.
wallow in the worst of the Virgo.
Okay.
Sometimes
Right.
that happens.
Yeah, that can happen. But I just want to clarify what groundedness means. It doesn't mean to actually get yourself in a stable place. It doesn't
Yes.
mean to get stuck
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
a certain
That's
energy.
yes.
You know what I mean? So you don't because you don't want to float away too much either.
I
So you
know. I
have to,
know. I
you know what I
know.
mean? Yeah, yeah.
Finding a
So
balance.
there's a yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
I
So
think I
um
I think I need more. I need to flow more because I have Virgo rising and all this Gemini, and my mind is always working. So I'm actually probably talking to myself. So if you
yeah,
have a lot of
yeah.
Earth and air energy, you might need to get yourself more into the flow. And if you have a lot of water and air and fire, because fire is also spirit, and they're very
Yeah.
uh,
Yes.
they're very dynamic. So they need also sometimes to ground themselves. That's just
Right.
so
Right.
just.
And because we're all we all have all the elements within
Mhm.
us and the different signs. We'll I find that I was talking to my very experienced practitioner, Rose, yesterday, that we float in and out of groundedness or whatever, because depending on, like the moon, depending on what energy, what particular part of our chart's being triggered, I'll find that, oh, okay, I'm steady and stable. Other times I'm zip, I'm out. You know what I mean? And I need to either ground, or I am stuck and I need to go with the flow.
Yeah.
So
But
it involves a lot of checking in. We got to check in with ourselves more right
and
now.
but isn't it interesting that Pisces rule feet, which are always on the ground, and we
Yes.
say that Pisces is not grounded? Isn't that kind of
Yeah,
ironic?
exactly. It's
Right?
interesting.
So
Yeah.
there is a way to do it properly, to connect with Earth, with nature, with yourself, with universe. I think it's just a beautiful opportunity. This new moon especially, and then the whole March during the eclipses in Pisces, to use this. So I just want to mention that that's the kind of a
Oh,
thing. We just.
oh. Yeah, I like what hey there, Meg Foy said. I'm picturing seaweed. Its body flows with
Hmm.
the water, but
Yeah.
its roots are in the ground. Yeah, that's
Yes,
very good.
I
Thank you for
like that.
that. Hmm.
I like
Yeah,
that.
me too.
That's so Pisces. Literally, you put
That is
feet in the
Pisces.
ground, but you
Yeah.
kind of.
Hmm. Yes, yes, and that feels good. I mean, when you go to the ocean, you do that in the shallow part of the. It feels nice to just flow like that. So, okay,
Yeah.
everybody will be seaweed this
This
little bit coming up here.
this whole week,
Yeah,
be
this
seaweed.
week, this whole
Okay,
week.
I like
Yes,
that.
yeah.
So we still have a moon in Sagittarius. I love your. As we speak, we still have moon in Sagittarius, and tomorrow she's gonna go into Capricorn around 6 p.m. Eastern time. So we're gonna
Okay.
feel a little bit more. I like it just because it's gonna give us a little bit of more of kind of reality, with the more of kind of feeling that, more
Yeah.
tangible. We're going to feel like we
Right.
want to,
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
we-
Mm-hmm.
because I think this, usually I like moon in Sagittarius, but because all of this Pisces stuff, it was squaring all of it. So it squared all of
Oh,
this.
okay.
That's why we felt, because the moon last couple of days was squaring all the Pisces energy. So there was like a challenge between resting and going for adventure and just not finding, the middle ground.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah. Yeah.
that's, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
And then Sunday, as I mentioned, so we're going to have, before Mars stations direct, it's going to go around 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to trine Mercury. So Mars trine Mercury is telling us, okay, we need to kind of, now that I'm going direct, after you put your ideas and thoughts into action. So I feel this is what I said this morning, and I want to repeat it because I think it's very good. It's what I feel about this Mars. It was retrograde for so long, okay, and we felt stuck. We felt we can't move. We felt like we have the will power, but nothing is happening. Imagine, remember those back in the days when there was sale and people were waiting in front of the store to get in there and get items on sale, and then everybody's
Yeah. Yeah.
waiting for the door to open. That's the retrograde.
Right.
You want to go shop, but you can't. And then when the doors
Yeah.
opens, we're all gonna go like crazy people looking. So I think this is what the Mars direct is gonna happen. We're gonna storm in. Everybody's gonna go over each other. It's still gonna be a chaos until May. So,
Until May. That's good. No, that's a very good visual to remember.
right?
There's gonna be forward movement, but so will everyone be going forward, maybe too much forward,
That's
and
yes,
it's out of bounds. So it's sort of like well, it's like
yes,
Mustangs as opposed to a tamed horse.
yes.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I used to watch. There was this. You know how the brides used to buy. There was like sale on wedding dresses, and they would just go and crazy. This is my dress.
Oh
So this
yeah,
is
yes, yes,
so this is
yes, yes. Because
this
they
is
had
the
that big sale. I remember seeing that. Right, right.
so this is
Yes,
what this reminds me of. Like, this is my dress. Everybody's gonna go crazy for my dress
right.
until we calm down.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
black.
yeah. Someone wrote in Black Friday until May.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. So
I
it's
know. I know.
like
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be like we are feeling it now the most. Like now
yeah,
the doors are
yes,
opening in 2 days. So
yes, yes.
okay,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then rodeo until it's gonna be, yeah. But because of the eclipses and other stuff, and Mars is still out of bounds, at least until April 7th is gonna be crazy. At
I'm
least
so
until,
glad you reminded us about that, about the out of bounds. I forgot about that. Mars was out of bounds,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and that adds a whole another flavor to Mars, as if Mars needs that. But you know what I mean. So yeah,
And remember, in Cancer, it's very protective. This is, I
yeah.
want to protect. I want to, so it has this connotation of, anyway. Um,
How
yeah,
about
but it's
Can you explain a little bit about Ceres or Ceres? And
Ceres.
I'm not familiar with enough to know
Okay,
how she will be in
okay.
Pisces.
So Ceres, as you probably know, I talked about her a lot. She is Greek Demetra, mother of Persephone.
Persephone,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
right. And
Mm-hmm.
and then when Pluto or Hades took her underground and married her, blah blah blah. So she
Yeah.
was separated. So they had a deal. Long story short, so she was separated from her daughter
Hmm.
during the winter months. Okay, so she wasn't happy. So particularly Ceres wasn't happy in the last, when she was Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and now in Pisces. Um,
Hmm.
she wasn't happy. She's going to be happy in Aries because the spring is coming and her daughter is coming back.
Right. Yes.
And
Yes.
the story goes that that's why during the winter there's no harvest, no nothing,
Hmm.
because she's sad, and the Mitra was um, she was the goddess of nature and grains, especially grains.
Grains.
So
I always associate her with cereal grains. That's how I
yes,
remembered it.
yes,
When I first learned about her.
yes.
Yeah. And stuff.
So
So
so in Pisces, she's kind of she's not that bad because she's kind of anticipating the arrival of her daughter. So she's kind of, oh yeah, soon it will become. So
right.
she's not that bad.
That's right. Okay. Okay.
It's not that bad, but it's still, you know how you when you wish something so much and it's still not there, you can have that feeling of 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 being anxious,
Yeah.
of being right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and Ceres is nurturing us. She's telling us how we nurture ourselves, how we nurture others. So in Pisces, she's going to be, self-care
Oh.
is the most important thing. We need to be kind to ourselves and compassionate to ourselves.
Yeah.
Taking care of
Absolutely.
our mental health, it's important. I know Pisces always feels for others, suffering, taking over other people's sufferings, and we are watching all this injustice in the world and people suffering, and so many things are happening, and we feel for these people. We can, and Pisces is like a sponge. But remember, what you intake during Pisces season and with all these Ceres and stuff, this is what you're going to produce after when Aries comes. So we need to make sure that we fill ourselves with positive and kindness stuff when we all these planets go to Aries, so we can produce positivity, because we're going to rebirth after. So this is like a, how when women are pregnant, and then what are they doing during pregnancy? How are they taking care of their child while it's still in the womb? That's the
Mm-hmm.
season now. If you're under stress, your child will feel it. So you're gonna feel it after it's born. So whatever we
That's
put in
right.
our now, how we, this is what we're gonna give birth to. Is
Mm-hmm.
this too much? Maybe it's too much of analogy, but
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
yeah. So make sure
Because I
that
think, and especially, it's a good point you mentioned, because during these difficult times, we do need to nurture ourselves even more. We need to up that self nurturing game. Our efforts, because we've been more stressed than usual and more concerned. So not only yourself, of course, your family and friends, but like I said, and it's that thing when you're on the airplane, which who wants to be on one of those these days? But when you're in the airplane, when you're when you're in the airplane, and they say they have a crisis, and the oxygen mask comes down, put yours on
yeah,
first, then put it on your children. So that's what we got to do. We got to do our
yes,
self care at home,
yeah.
good self care, not just try to really get yourself regular, consistent self care and compassion,
I
kindness.
I
You
wanna,
know,
yeah, I can't emphasize this enough. I will talk about it the whole week whenever I get a chance. Is about don't disregard your spiritual well-being, your emotional health, not just mental, but emotional
mm,
and spiritual as well.
emotional,
We
absolutely.
take care of everything, but we forgot about that part. And you investing in yourself. Go to foot massage, do Reiki, do something. It's an investment. It's not an expense, guys. This is you need to fill yourself up to be in a good space for the
Hmm.
future. That's why I want. Like go to yoga class, whatever you feel like. Listen to music, Pisces. Watch a movie that you like. Dance, I don't know,
Hmm.
whatever appeals to, sketch, paint, write, dream journal, whatever. There's so many things that you can do that calms you down, that you feel that you are in line with yourself. uh,
Yeah.
and please avoid situations and people who drain you, because they're going to drain you even more this period. So
Right.
imagine if they
Right.
drain you, this is going to be double. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if
Hmm.
you can avoid in any possible, that's why I said even news, be more discerning, take the best of
Especially
it.
the
Just,
news. Yeah.
I know
Hmm.
this is all happening. It's going to happen a week after, but this upcoming new moon, and just, uh, I don't. I want you to fill yourself with good things, so the good things can come out later. That's all. That's my point. Whatever that is for you. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, that's good. No,
that's
that is good. Yeah. And and I think that's something that we're actually learning. We're being forced to learn that or embrace that now, because in years past when things weren't as tumultuous, we always do self care. We do things. We have hobbies, different interests. But now I think we are realizing our tanks are on E. We're running on fumes. You know, and we got to check out your spiritual bodies. Can be your physical body. Like I said, my physical energy was very good this week, but my mental, well, I'm
see.
thinking even my mental was good. I was sharp, but my emotional and spiritual energy was low, and I could sense it was. So I had to do some energy healing. for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I spent time with music headphones. I had a nice coffee and just different things that made me feel like I'm treating myself like a staycation or a retreat. Things that I could
Good.
just do to make myself, to make myself feel like I'm, nurturing myself, because
Perfect.
nurturing is something that we women do, but we need to do for ourselves. And this is also a good time to check in with a friend and say,
Mm-hmm.
how you doing? You taking care of
Yes.
yourself, sis? To make sure to remind them, saying, so what are you doing to take care of and gently
Yes.
encourage them to also do something.
I like that, and I like that very much. And you know why? Because we want to like heal the world, but we have all this Piscean energy. We
Yes,
want to, but we
yes,
can't.
yes,
So you
yes.
can, but
Right.
you can heal somebody in your environment.
Yeah,
Like
right.
your neighbor, your friend, mental
Yes,
health, drug
right.
abuse. There's there's probably somebody in your surroundings that, if you reach out to them, tell them that you're not alone. People with all this
Loneliness is a challenge right now too.
a lot of
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people who are prone to addiction, to
Mm-hmm.
alcohol abuse, to drug abuse, they're going to be very hard during this period. It's going to be very hard for them. And if
Yeah.
you know anybody in your local, that's how we're going to help people one by one. One
One by
person.
one. Yeah, that's just a little phone call, text saying, "Hey, you want to meet for coffee? Not a drink. Want to meet for
Yes.
coffee? Let's go for a
Right.
little walk together.
Yes.
Just a little walk. Something to." And if they, say, and sort of, I hate to say this, but I would sometimes say to a friend, "I need to talk to you. I need someone to talk to." So they'd be like, "Okay, I'll put on clothes and come out." You know what I mean? And this way they'll feel like this way. Then we're both walking and talking, and we're both getting a blessing.
Yeah. It,
Feet are on the
yes.
ground,
Yes.
cold air is getting
Yeah.
you. You have whatever the sky above. You feel like you feel a little better. You've gotten a little kiss from the elements about
Yeah.
you kind of thing.
So,
So
so I think that's very important. Also, don't disregard the fact that Pisces is illusion, delusion. It's not real. And on
man,
Tuesday, we're gonna have Mercury conjunct Saturn,
I saw
uh,
that. Yeah, yeah.
just before the new moon, and this is gonna be like a thin line between what is truth, what is not truth. A lot here, like especially from authority, from Saturn, are probably going to be lies. I'm going to be just frank. I'm not going to even sugarcoat
No.
it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're all adults here, and we're
Yeah.
all living on in this time. We know exactly what's going to be. It's going to be no. I'll do you one better, bigger
Yeah.
lies, more and bigger lies, because yeah. Oh, please.
It's also so on our side we can think about what is our truth. Are we
Yes.
do we have authority over our thoughts and our ideals and beliefs and dreams? Are we or is somebody else in charge of them? So think about that on a personal level. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
the message.
Mm-hmm.
Who is running the show in your life and why? So think about it, because
Mm-hmm.
Mercury Saturn can be like that. It can be rigid, like our thoughts. It can be depressing as well. Like this is a depressing thing. Mental health issues, depression is number one. So
Yeah.
make sure that you guys are aware that reach out to somebody. If you know somebody who is alone and struggling, reach out to them. This is just going to emphasize even more
And
this
what day is that again?
Tuesday.
Tuesday, especially Tuesday.
Yeah,
Okay, got
especially
it.
Tuesday. But it's going
Okay.
to be it's
All
upcoming now.
yeah.
Yeah, all week, right?
Okay,
Um,
good.
Also think about, I'm thinking, so Saturn represents authority and governments, and they are
Mm-hmm.
in the illusion as well. We think, oh, this is this is their truth, and it's their illusion. So whatever is happening in the world and people who are
Mm-hmm.
governing,
Right.
their planet Saturn is in Pisces. They are is also delusional on the outcome. And I'm gonna
Got
hold
it.
that. I'm gonna hold to that thought. I need to hold on
Yes.
that thought, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we look from our perspective. I was thinking, what about them? Their perspective.
Yeah.
They are Mars out of bounds in Cancer, fighting for whatever homeland patriotic craziness,
Mm-hmm.
with a head of illusions.
Right. Yes. So they have expectations that are not real, so that the outcomes will probably not pan out the way they are seeing them to be, and the way we may be. So don't get into that fear space. Just let
right?
it. Again, they do it to put us in that fear energy. So say, okay, let's
Second,
see about that.
second thing, the ruler of all this Piscean energy is Jupiter in Gemini. What is Jupiter in Gemini? Bunch of overwhelming ideas, thoughts, beliefs. I don't believe in
Mm-hmm.
this. I believe that. Like many different too.
Hey,
Like,
Ryan.
he's all over it, right? This Jupiter.
Yes, yes.
Modern ruler of Pisces is Neptune on the last degree of Pisces, 29 degree, energetic degree,
Oh,
more
shoot.
powerful.
Yeah.
So what is happening in the last degree? People like last degree means, oh, I didn't do it before. So Neptune is putting more illusion, more confusion, more fogginess.
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's
Yeah.
concentrated. Imagine like he's like,
Right.
I need to finish up. I'm going to go to Aries, and I won't be able to have a chance. So he's like finishing up and just overemphasizing everything. Jupiter is so. Yeah, I know it's hard to go through, and you feel this is the final. I told you this months ago. Remember, I don't think it's final, and I still don't feel it's
No,
final.
no,
And
no. A lot of us
I
don't know
think,
that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think
I
this,
just
this we'll see. I mean, it's building up to something. We'll see some. We'll start feeling. We'll start seeing once we clear some of this delusional energy. I think once we come out of down the slide into March, April, May, it'll be so. It's just that time period that every astrologer I know and energy workers that I talk to has said the same thing. We've all agreed that this is going to be. We'll have a peak period. It's going to be trade crazy. And then we'll get through it. And don't get into their fear space.
yeah,
That's exactly right. No, we
yeah,
can't get into that fear space. And again, don't be gentle on yourself. We're
yeah,
humans. Sometimes we do go into that fear space for a minute. Just pull yourself out of it. Just say, you know what? No, that's not gonna. False evidence appears real, so it's false evidence.
yeah.
Kind of thing.
And,
So
I was just thinking this week as well. Remember how people get overly confident, they're very cocky. Oh, now I know.
yeah.
When you're overly cocky,
That's
mm-mm,
exactly yes. Well, like you said before, Jasmine, you said a couple of shows ago that they're dancing pretty high now. They're big cock dancing now.
yes.
And I was telling someone else that I was telling my sister, I think that they're high stepping and feeling good. Yeah, we got this. And I said, no, let them feel. That's it.
Overly
But we also
confident.
can use this time overly confident.
Yeah,
And that's why it's important that we nurture ourselves right now
yeah,
because we have to keep ourselves going to bring
yes.
this energy down, connect to our guides, our spiritual guides, and get that information that what should I be doing in
Yes.
this
Yeah,
situation here? What can I do to
yes.
contribute?
Yes.
And
So I encourage everybody to find some time to connect. They need to connect, and I know it even if it sounds ridiculous. Okay, whoever's listening, even if it sounds ridiculous, and just do it, and then see. Will it hurt you? It won't. Spend some time,
you know,
and connect.
yeah,
Even if you
yeah,
don't believe it, experiment.
I doubt very, I doubt very seriously. People, those of us
I
who are
know.
joining and into astrology, we don't have. I think we have a broader understanding of things that aren't, that don't see this as ridiculous because we're open,
Yeah, I
to
know.
energy and
But
light.
there's always,
So,
how there's always trolls that come in and listen after. So if anybody who is
yes,
listening after, even if you don't,
yeah,
don't believe,
afterwards, yeah, yes,
just
yeah,
experiment, give it a try.
yeah,
I
yeah,
dare you. I
right,
dare everybody to
right,
try to connect with the
yeah.
higher power. I bet you can do it. Uh huh.
Well, what's also something you said earlier I want to tie into also is that this energy is very magical. The other day I got up, I said, "Ooh, I could feel I'm very sensitive because I do magic work and obviously alchemy and energy healing. So I'm sensitive to that. And I said, "Oh, this is really a magical time. Overwhelming, but there's some energy in the air to work with. But also, so use this time to actually pursue that part of yourself that you haven't connected with, or you're sort of wondering, I wonder, can I do that?
Yes.
Answer is yes. You know what I mean? And start exploring it because now the energy is helping you to even helping you flow to that space or to that place or to that modality or to that interest, that hobby that could perhaps be more than a hobby or just be nurturing for you or something. So there's a lot of energy that we can really use right now, and I'm teaching, helping myself to say, reminding myself, I should say, to say, okay, now let's marshal some of it and say, okay, now where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to flow to? And how do you want me to flow?
Yeah. And just basic question: who knows you better than you? who knows you better than yourself? Like nobody knows you better than you know yourself. Who can lead you
I
better
hope.
in life? I hope, right? Than your inner voice,
Right. Yeah.
your intuition, your instinct.
Yes.
Who can lead you better?
Yes. Oh, intuition's really strong right now. Intuition and yeah.
I'm saying
Hmm.
we are plugged in. Like we got the
I'm all
supercharger
plugs in.
now.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Got a
We are,
switchboard going. We got the switchboard going. Yeah.
right? We are now connected to the source with the supercharger, and just use that.
Yes.
It's gonna need you less effort than usual, right? To get the
Right.
message.
Right. Yes.
So that's kind of the topic of the week. So before this full the new moon in Pisces, we're gonna have moon in Capricorn, as is mentioned, and moon in Aquarius, which are both connected with Saturn. So Saturn is also in Pisces. But remember, we always go back to Pisces. Whenever I go these days, everything goes back to Pisces. So um, it's just
Okay.
interesting. It's just interesting that we're going to have this. This week is going to be very Piscean. It is what it is.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
have much to add because this is what it's all about,
No, I
right?
get you. No, it's yeah. No,
Um,
no. That's it's.
but
I
yeah,
think did I have something?
we're gonna.
Is Mercury going?
Yes, I was just going to
No, go
mention
ahead.
Mercury and Venus. So
Okay. Good. Okay.
next
Go ahead.
next week when we meet on Friday, we're going to talk about Venus going retrograde on next Saturday,
Right.
and the same day Mercury goes into retrograde shadow next Saturday,
Yeah.
the
The
first.
pre-shadow.
So
The
we are
pre-shadow.
starting a
Right.
month. We are starting the month with these because Venus and Mercury are then going to be retrograde together end of the next second half of March. They're going to be together retrograde, going back together in Pisces from Aries. So
Oh,
we're going to talk about
when is the
Mercury
pre-shadow for Mercury?
Saturday as well, the
Okay,
March
because I
1st.
have okay. March 1st. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have that on my calendar. So I need to get my laptop, and I said I got next week to get to go get it before I get into the shit. You know what
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I want to get upgrade my last little piece of tech stuff here.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so March is going to start interesting. So we're going to talk about next Friday about
Mercury.
the beginning of March and Mercury and Venus retrograde. We're going to talk about it next week. It's
Okay.
not time yet. I really want
Yeah.
everybody to
Perfect.
focus more on this new moon and set intentions about your dreams and your visions for humanity and for humans and for um, what would be your ideal, how would your ideal world look like? that's
Hmm.
that's the intention. If we individually set intentions for how we imagine the ideal world, imagine everybody thinking the same thing at the same time. How powerful would that be? 8 billion
Very
people thinking
powerful.
of a peaceful world.
I'll take 3 million. That'll make a big difference. So you weren't
I
on them,
love
but
that.
but seriously, you know what I mean? I'm going to negotiate here, people. Let's this is.
Yeah, you always crack me up. Yeah.
But also, I mentioned earlier, but see, so Sunday, I figured out how to do it, Jasmine. Sunday, I'll do like an Instagram version
Mm-hmm.
of my Monday night, this coming Monday night meditation. So it'll be a shorter one, won't be heavy duty on meditation. I mean, it will do a little something, but I'll be discussing the tools and just what you got finished saying. That's why I was laughing. I made a note to myself that it's the same thing I wrote this morning about. This is the time to dream and vision, do our
Yeah.
vision quest things, and really use that energy to, what your intentions are, and let all this water energy to, sort of water those seeds so they can grow when it's time in the spring. So, and then also Wednesday, I think I could do, I gotta look at my schedule. Oh no, wait. Yeah, Wednesday. Okay, I could do it. There's an energy healing thing modality. I can do it as a group, and it's very powerful but very simple. I could offer it to a group, so I'll probably do that. I'll talk about it again on Wednesday, and then it'll have to be a Zoom. This has to be done via Zoom though,
Okay.
because I need to have a group and get the group in the room. You're not in the room, get the group and then
Yes, yes,
close the group. So
yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
yes.
So put
Try
the
to.
energetic light lasso around everyone and get everyone charged up and healed,
Yeah,
balanced.
I like when you put the link in your stories and then people can just easily find it. That was
Right.
good. I
Yes.
forgot to mention just technical things. which I always do, so I'm going to do it again. So new moon is on the 27th of February, 7:44 p.m. Eastern time. At
Time, right?
yep, 9 degrees and 41 minutes Pisces. So all the mutable signs are going to be most affected. Mutables are Gemini, Virgos,
It's us.
Sag, and Pisces.
Sag,
And
right?
especially everybody who has any placements in the natal chart between, I would say, 6.5, I guess, let's say 6 to 11, 12 degrees of mutable signs. Okay, 6, 7
Okay, I like that.
to 11, 12.
Okay, I like them. People give me the degrees. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if you have angles like ascendant, descendant, midheaven, or any other, especially personal planets, if you have something, outer planets, maybe you won't feel it as much as Moon, Sun, ascendant, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. That's mostly important. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. My dad has his birthday next Friday on this new moon, so that's
Really?
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about everybody who has birthday now this week. They're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
be
And
very,
happy birthday, everyone!
yes,
Everyone, happy birthday to all the
yes,
Pisces people, all the
yeah.
Pisces. Yeah,
I
that's why I took my friend out yesterday for lunch because she's not until she's the first week of March. But I said let's go to lunch now so we can get our birthday lunch in.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
because you know how you have solar return. We look at the chart at the time you were born, like every year, sun goes to the same
right.
position as you were born. It gives you the flavor of the next year. So everybody who has
Yes.
birthday this week, the whole year ahead, I think they're going to be more in tune with their spirituality. They're going to be more in tune
Oh, that's
because they're going
nice.
to, yeah. So I think, um, yeah, I think those people are going to really feel the feel. So they need to kind of really understand boundaries, understand recharging, understand many, many things.
Very good.
Um,
Okay.
I mentioned my dad this morning. I'm going to do it again. I don't know why, because he has a birthday, so I want to honor him a little bit.
Yeah,
He
of course.
he's a Pisces, and he always tells me, you know what? Pisces are the only people who get along with everybody else. And
Oh,
and I was thinking, why did he say that? Actually, he does. And do you know why? Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac.
yes.
So
Right.
he's Pisceans. They have a part of each sign within. So that's why they can
Mhm.
understand a blah blah
Yeah.
Gemini and a stubborn Scorpio or Taurus or somebody. They can understand everything because they're very easygoing, even too
Yeah.
much easy-going.
They
Uh,
can be. Yeah. We talked about that last week. They can be a
yeah,
little too easygoing.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
I always tell my dad, yeah, you can get along with everybody because you can shut your brain and go somewhere else. You don't even hear. So
Someplace else detached. They
so
get detached. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah. So you're not really.
they're like not even listening to you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yes.
of course you get
Oh,
along.
good.
So anyway, just
Oh,
want to
that's good.
mention that. So Pisces is an interesting sign. I'm trying to understand because I have nothing in Pisces. I have no planets in Pisces. Always trying to understand Piscean energy through other people and how they. But I have lots of Pisces friends, which is interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything on Pisces either, but I have a couple. I have one, my friend I took obviously for her birthday. She's Pisces. I don't have many Pisces friends. No, and she has a lot of Gemini. She likes Geminis. So,
See,
because she likes Geminis and Aquarians.
they,
She sort of vibes with, and I could see that because she's so watery. She needs I think
yeah,
Earth is a little bit too much for her.
yeah.
Yeah, and stuff. So
Renee Josephine, she says we're compassionate, but most of all forgiving.
oh yeah,
That's absolutely
Renee
true.
Josephine, because she's a Pisces. Yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
forgiving.
yeah. That is true. My dad is example. He's because I was
Still
talking
wouldn't
to,
cross them, but they're forgiving. But yeah,
yeah,
I still wouldn't overdo it.
because they have issues with boundaries.
They
It can be
do. Some
overwhelming.
do.
Yeah, some of them. So it
Hmm.
can be overwhelming. But my dad, I reflected on his life, and even I couldn't understand it as a kid. But when he didn't want to do
Right.
something, he said no. He was protecting himself. He was able to
Right.
do it, and so many people were pissed at
Clear
him.
boundaries.
We would
Yes.
go
Hmm.
friends. My parents had a lot of friends, and we would always everywhere go with their kids. And I had all these friends from my childhood, from my parents' friends' kids.
Yeah.
Like we were kind of,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
everybody would go somewhere, and my dad says, "No, I'm staying home. I don't feel like it." And everybody was like, "Why? What's wrong with you? You're so weird." No, he was
Nope.
protecting himself.
Yeah.
I That's why
Yeah.
he's still standing after a lot of things that have happening to him,
Yeah.
and
Because he
health
does what
wise.
he's connected to himself. And if he doesn't feel like it's good for him, and it's not something he has to do, and that's so important. That's so empowering too,
Right?
to realize I'm not saying you guys have a great time,
Yes.
I'm fine, I will not be partaking. Yeah, that's very
But
self
that's self care.
empowering.
But that's self
That
care.
is that is
So
extreme. That's exactly right.
yeah. So maybe this is also opportunity. Maybe this is inspiring for somebody of you who are going through this for Pisces or have this heavy Pisces to say no this week
Yeah.
to others.
Yeah.
It can be hard,
And
but try it.
try it. Yeah. Yeah. I know this is British spiritual medium I studied with years ago, Tony Stockwell, and he's so British don't say I don't like, they say I don't fancy. He told us when someone's coming to you and they want to give you a reading, you can say I don't fancy that right now. It's such a nice gentle way of saying me.
It's
I'm running
great.
around town telling people I don't fancy that. What I mean? So, but it's a way. But actually, it was a way. It was empowering for me to be able to say. Not that I have trouble saying no, but sometimes you feel like when you're at those group events, okay, you guys say no, I don't feel like that right now, and that is
That
okay, kind
is
of thing.
okay.
So,
Yes. So we have some questions. Okay, if you're
mhm.
rising, if you're Pisces rising, those are more Pisces than anybody else that I know. They really are living in their own little world, in their own
Oh,
little things. That's what I find. The rising sign is actually
yes,
what we kind of put out there. People can see in everyday lives. Um,
right, okay,
they are not, they're going to be affected, of course, because all this energy is so it's going to affect their physical body, so they need,
hmm
number one, to protect their also their physical body as well, so they might feel low
hmm
energy. They
right,
need to sleep more water intake, and please, as I mentioned last week, I'm going to do it again, please no alcohol, please no anything that can fog your mind. You need to have clear mind, be to open to connect with your inner voice. So please do not use any substances if you can avoid,
hmm
and try to do natural or try to do something else. Just this period, so you can get the best of this energy. Okay.
And that's good to give your body a break. I mean, it's just have water. I'm having clove water.
Mm.
It's hot, just plain hot water with a clove in it,
Oh,
and it's
that's
nice
good.
and gentle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Another question.
hmm
The rising sign helps with boundaries. If you're a Pisces sun and you have rising that is earth or air or fire, yes, it can help you. It can help you. My Virgo rising helps me with my Gemini energy. If I didn't have Virgo rising, I would be all over the place. But the Virgo really keeps me, 1 foot on. So yes, I 100% agree with that. Yes. Oh, somebody else has
Yeah.
Pisces that too. Well, hi. Yeah, make it
Yes.
relatable.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're right. 'Cause I know my Capricorn rising helps me. That's why I'm not necessarily seen as a Gemini all the time because the Capricorn can be, as I
Right?
matured, the Capricorn was more pronounced.
Yes, right. So that's what I say. So if
hmm
you have a lot of air, but if your rising is different, when you have a sun, moon, and rising at the same element, then you are really that element. Like you really, if you have mix, then you mix. So, but I'm very mutable.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, my everything is mutable. So I'm very adaptable, flexible, which is sometimes not good because I go here and then I start something, then I don't finish. I go there, oh, and then I go here, and
hmm
then I'm literally like those
hmm
butterflies. Oh, look at that flower. Oh, look
Yeah,
at that.
yes.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Swirl. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then yes, I get it. I do get it.
So I kind of need to persist of
hmm
of doing things, and but I'm better with age as well. But
Yeah, yeah. And once you know that about yourself, you can then rein yourself in. You could allow yourself to have a little free scatter time, and then say, okay, we got to get back in now, and bring yourself back in.
I don't know if you saw that video of that lady who she goes on, how women are. This is exactly my energy. Starts doing the dishes, then she's something. The I don't know, the cloth is dirty. Then she goes to the washroom. Oh, then she cleans the window, the mirror. Then she goes, oh, the kid is calling her. That's me. And then you have
Okay, all
unfinished
right, I
dishes,
see.
unfinished laundry, unfinished this, because I went all over the place. Okay, what are people saying? What planet can help or house to look at that could help define? Definitely Saturn and the houses that Saturn rules. So your Aquarian and Capricorn
Mhm.
houses will tell you where you have boundaries or fears, or you're not open to do things, some delays, some restrictions. That's where it is, depending on that's yeah.
Hmm.
I,
Very
I
good.
love this. So, Renee Josephine is so funny. Sorry, Pisces here. She's so cute.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah.
No, no problem.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
Mm.
and sometimes it's good because we all sometimes need to reset boundaries. I was thinking about I was watching I forgot Longmire, and it's takes place in some place Montana, Wyoming, and that ranchers have to go out and every once in a while during the spring and read and check the
Uh,
fences, the boundaries for the cattle, and so it's like for me that's my reminder that I need to check, are my boundaries still strong? Do I need to shore up a couple
I like
with
that.
things? And so I go, so let me go in and okay, because he brings the wood and they just make the fence posts are in the ground and
Maintenance.
standing straight. And
That's
so, or sometimes you need to, yeah, to to actually push the boundaries further out because I got more land now or something.
that's what it is,
Hmm.
JeMaja. That's what we need to do the maintenance. It's
The
like summer cleaning of
maintenance.
our
Yeah,
maintenance of our
yeah,
boundaries. I love
yeah.
that.
Walk your boundaries. Walk your boundaries through different
Yes.
people and different things and say, "Ooh, someone's right here on me. I need to push that boundary back out." And yes, it can be a little challenging because people will notice when you're adjusting the
Oh
boundary.
yeah.
They will notice it, and that's fine. That's what they should do. But it's important that you feel that you can use use your fifth chakra and say, and your intention, and say, I need to adjust this boundary.
Every time
It
you
got a little
adjust,
broken.
this is reminding me. Excellent point. Right? So this is when you adjust your boundaries. Sometimes some people stay within the fence, and some people
Yes.
stay out of the fence for a reason. Okay, so this is kind
Yes.
of because I know it's hard.
Hmm.
We get it attached, especially with people from the past, from whatever, and it's hard to let go of situations and people, but sometimes you just need to,
You have
with the
to.
best
Yeah.
intentions, like without any hard feelings. You just need to let go, to
Mm-hmm.
protect yourself. We just
Thank you, Renee.
even if we grew up together, that doesn't mean we grew up together, even like in growing,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I'm even sensitive to with my boundaries with my sister. We're very close, but to make sure I'm to be respectful.
Hmm.
Even I'm her older sister, to not because we could get into that pattern, she and I. And I said, no. Now we're both. No, she's 60 now, so I mean, it's like me. So but it's just to make sure that I respect her boundaries, and she has her family, so I don't again just impose my big auntie boots in there, saying, "Well, I'm the oldest in the family." No, that's her family to do and conduct herself as she sees fit. So
Yeah. I don't do this often, but now you reminded me I need to do it more often. When you get into some kind of discussion with somebody and it doesn't feel right, just ask that
right.
person, what did you hear me say?
Oh,
Because
that's
sometimes
very good. Yes.
people hear something that you didn't say. And because I
Right.
have that with my husband a lot. Like, what did you hear me say? And then I didn't mean, it wasn't even, in my mind. Because just because we are in some kind of state of mind at that moment, and somebody says something,
Right.
and you just receive it in the wrong way because you're this
Yes.
kind of mindset there and that mindset. It's nothing, like, it's just literally misunderstanding. So you just need to ask, what did you hear me say?
What you
And they said, oh
hear
no,
me say?
but this is what I
Yes.
actually was meaning to say. So, and then you kind of find yourself. So I don't use that more often, but now you reminded me that I might should. It's good for boundaries as well, and for um,
Absolutely. And to add to that, if you and I were having a conversation and I felt like something was either I didn't like it or whatever, I would then try to restate the question or what you said. Did you mean this? Did you mean this? Or what, what I mean? Just so with clear, be like, oh no, I'm sorry. Let me say it again more clearly. You know what I mean? And that helps too.
yes,
Because I
yes,
realized we could be doing like this and not know. I've had that happen and realized, wow, we could have had a situation here, people. If one of us didn't say, what'd you say again? Did you say so and so? Did you mean, very gently and just, but clearly.
yeah.
What did you hear me say?
That's
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good. And yeah, thank
And
it.
yeah.
I just remember that.
And
I don't.
restate the statement, restate what they said, or or something too to help. Because sometimes they need to hear it. Just, oh no, no, let me clarify. Oh, they'll clarify.
Yeah,
They'll give you a little bit more.
the
Yeah.
context, because we just I'm thinking about
Yes.
myself.
Yeah.
My brain works fast. I don't say, maybe, my brain processes the information I want to say, and in my head it's like 7,000 words, and I say two. I don't.
Yes. Well, yeah. Of course, a Gemini would have we would have 7,000 words if we say two or
And
three.
then, the other
Oh, that's great.
side is like, what did you mean? Like, oh, and then I had to, say everything that was on my mind, and not just the end of
Yeah.
it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
that's
so
the nice
that.
thing about Okay, so I got down for next week. I'm glad we had this because next week I know we got to talk about the
Mm,
pre shadow and the retrogrades, which is important.
mhm.
Um,
Yes, Venus and
Venus
Mercury.
and Mercury, very good.
Yeah. Oh,
So in the pre shadow,
just a something nice to say for this new moon. I forgot. Venus and Jupiter are in a sextile, and Jupiter is ruling
oh,
this traditionally, and they're both benefics. They're both,
yes,
known as good planets. So there is like a
right.
good thing. But with sextiles, we still need to make an effort. Remember that those are just opportunities, but we need to do something. There are no trines that are just, oh yeah, it's going to be all good. So it's potentially good. There's something that potentially is going to be good from this new moon come out if we make an effort. My
Oh,
closing
excellent.
argument. Closing argument.
The closing arguments. Okay, yes. Now we leave it to the jury. We leave
Yeah,
it to the jury now.
yeah. Hopefully we're gonna still have juries. Uh,
Yes. Oh, please. Oh,
oh, I
this
was
is
just
yeah. This
I
is
was listening to Wendy Stacy. She has that Mayo Clinic. Mayo. What is that?
Mayo
Anyway,
Clinic.
not clinic. Mayo School of Astrology. I always say clinic.
Okay.
So she's a British astrologer, Wendy Stacy. She has Mayo School of Astrology. Anyway, so she has every 2 weeks you can sign up on her page. They do like a mundane talk. Like you can join and talk about whatever, even you, whoever wants to. And I was listening. They had every other Thursday, and she said that the way things are going, she said, "Oh, if jury still stays, it's going to be good." So I got it from her, because the way things are done now, and the cleaning up, because jury is one staple of democracy that we got as a. Um,
Yeah.
so hopefully, yeah. Anyway,
No, we'll get through this, people.
yeah.
We'll get through this. Now, but repeat the name of that astrologer, the Mayo,
Uh,
Mayo.
Mayo, Mayo School of Astrology. They are based in the UK. And
Mm-hmm.
Wendy Stacy, she is she has that school.
Okay, good. Okay.
Anyway,
So we'll look that up.
I love British astrologers. I always listen to them. I don't know
Me
why. I'm
too. Me
attracted.
too. I do like yeah. To say that. I mean, I love my astrologers in our two countries, but the British astrologers. Well, the
Oh
British have
yeah.
been using astrology and flower essences and homeopathy. They didn't let it go through. So whereas I know I can speak for the United States. We didn't believe it, and now we're doing it now. But well, your teacher's a British astrologer.
Yeah.
So
So I
Steve
was
Judd.
Steve Judd. Yeah, and I'm in the London School of Astrology now. I'm pursuing diploma with Frank Clifford,
With
and
Frank Clifford.
and
Okay,
was my and was my mentor through OPA, and I just she's my favorite U.S. astrologer. I have to say,
good.
it's true.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I have, different astrologers. I mean, we all have, and that's what I like about Anne. Anne always said that, I've, known Anne for many years now. Actually, we changed decades a couple of times together, but, and she was never the jealous type of, we could have other, you can have different astrologers to do your charts, different astrology podcasts. I mean,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
we're all, it's so nice to be, this is our tribe. We need to be in the community together and learn from one another. And
Yes.
it's just I always learn something new from everyone I talk to. So
Yeah. Oh,
I need to watch
Renee just.
the replay.
Okay. You will save the
Yeah,
video.
yeah, we're having Wi-Fi issues too. I think everyone is having Wi-Fi
Yeah.
issues
Yeah.
and stuff. See
Yeah.
the so well, okay. Well, I'm glad we had a good show today. What time is it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We went a good hour and
Okay.
stuff. So
Thank you
we'll see
again.
everyone next week.
Thank you. again
Yeah,
for a good
thank
laugh.
you.
Well, it was a good laugh. I like this.
Be a good laugh. We need the
Three.
laughs too. We need the laughs, and everyone check in on one another. Self care, you
Yes,
know.
guys.
In
Yes,
other words,
please.
Bolo, be on the lookout for sensitivities and things that when you need a little bit more rest.
You
That's
know what?
okay. Get some more rest.
I'm gonna be a little bit Saturnian now, and I'm gonna say, when you were in school and you got homework, now you have homework. Self
Get
care.
homework.
You have
Yes.
to meditate
Yeah.
5 minutes a day for a
Yeah.
week.
5 minutes.
Uh,
Yeah.
take a
Yeah.
bath, no alcohol, and clean your crystals. That's your homework
And
for
clean
the
your
week,
crystals.
okay?
Yes, yes. Your crystals will appreciate the ones that can
Yeah,
handle water will appreciate a nice dip in the
yeah,
water and that and
yeah.
stuff too. Only the ones that can handle the water, not the ones not the selenites or the ones that are
Yeah, no, no, no.
salt based or
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Or
No, I
just
had
in the
someone do
salt.
that one time.
No, no, just
Yeah.
clean.
It's
I just clean them in the salt. I put salt and then I put them in the salt. You can also put them when the new moon, put them out so they can get some new moon vibes in them as well.
yeah.
Anyway,
You can put them in the jar. Okay, everybody.
yeah,
Everyone have a great week,
yeah.
great weekend, and
Do your homework
stay
and
powered up. We'll
yeah, we'll look at your homework next week to see who did the
Yeah,
homework.
yes, well, yeah, yeah. And make sure I don't want to hear the planets ate it either. So make sure you bring you read. Oh, Mercury, Saturn ate my homework. Nope, don't let Saturn eat your homework.
So, you're cracking me up today. You're so
That'll be my excuse. Oh, Saturn ate my homework. So,
oh, that's hilarious. Hugs and
all right,
kisses. Lots
everybody.
of love.
Yes,
Bye.
everybody, be well. Take care. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We appreciate you all and the questions.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Bye bye.